Welcome everyone. Welcome to the stream. Today is an anomaly. We don't normally go live on a Sunday night, but I'm going to be in Paphos tomorrow, hopefully, which is in Cyprus, if everything goes according to plan and we make it there alive, which I'm a little bit concerned and anxious about, but I'm a big boy, so I need to just figure it out. And how's everyone's week been? I can actually say that now, how's everyone's week been, because normally I say how's everyone's week been on a Monday, and it hasn't even really started for most people. So now we've got to Sunday and we can talk about the week. I've had an interesting week, to be fair. It's been some stuff I wanted to touch on about marketing that I've been doing this week that's really worked. And we've got some quotes to do as well for two of my customers that I did some work for today. And they're quite cool jobs, actually, to be fair. The Lawn Ranger, welcome. Marius, I don't think I've seen your name in here before, Marius. How you doing? Corion, welcome. Welcome. I'm not sure what tonight's going to be like with regards to like numbers and stuff. Normally we have about 30 odd people in here. It's between 30 and 60 generally. But that's after I've posted a video. I normally upload a video and then go straight into the live stream. And so people that are watching the video can see that I'm also live, and so that probably brings a few people in as well. But there's no video this week because just been a busy week, and I haven't had any time for editing, and I'm going to be on holiday all next week, so there's not going to be a video next week either. I know, what are you guys going to do? I'm just transferring some files from my phone to the computer. Just so that we can go through the quotes together. Just some videos that I took today. I think it's that one. Send that one over. And then we've got some pictures of a patio. Those ones. And then what else did I want to show you? I think that's it. That's the vacuuming video. I've been brushing gutters today. My arms are killing. I just assumed there wasn't one as you're away on holiday. Did you know I was going away on holiday? Oh, I put it on Instagram earlier, didn't I? So, last week's quote. It was quite a cool back and forth with the customer. The quote that we did on stream last week. I could probably bring it up in the Discord, actually. So she sort of said no at the price. In the quotes section. Here we are. So this is the private Discord for anyone who's interested. If you become a member of the channel, circle members and above, you'll get access to this Discord. I'm just trying to find. Here it is. So this is the quote we sent to the customer for. It was a big limestone job. It's quite an interesting job, actually. 110 meters worth of limestone plus a load of wall tops as well. This was quite. For the amount of surface area and it being quite a specialist surface, like quite a unique surface to clean, where it requires some like. I'm going to be using Max Clean Pro on this from Pure Seal, and then treating it with biocide afterwards to like get rid of any remaining spots or whatever and keep it clean for a bit longer. And so I thought that was quite a reasonable price. We worked it out together on stream last week. And she actually came back to me and said, it's going to cost about the same as replacing the jet wash that's broke or that's not working. She appreciates that I'd probably do a better job than her. But she said, let me think about it. And so I left it a couple of days. And then I went back to her. And I thought, like, this is going to be a good job. Like, I want this job. It's quite an interesting one. She's thinking about it, but she's not, like, in a position where she wants to go ahead with the work. And I thought this would be a nice one to come back to after my holiday. And so I sent her a message saying I'd offer her a free gutter clear. This is quite a big property out in the country. Free gutter clear worth about £90. I think it's 3 or potentially 4 sides of the property. I think she's got a garage as well, potentially. So it's probably going to be like less than a morning's work. It's probably going to take me an hour, maybe an hour and a half to clear the gutters. And then she said, go on then, and round it up to 500 quid. Well, the initial quote was 475 quid. And she said, go on, round it up to 500 and let me know some dates. I thought that was an absolute result, don't you? I thought that was really cool. Seemed a decent quote and a good explanation. Stephen, no, it's not Monday. I'm going on holiday tomorrow, and so I'm not going to be around. No video this week, no video next week, no live stream next week. And so I thought, let's just do one last one before we go out, before we go away. I think I've packed. I think I'm good with the suitcase situation. We don't go away very often, and so this is quite an experience. Thanks, mate. Marius says, I'm good, mate. I've just started my pressure washing business. Inspired by you. Thank you. Oh, no worries. I'm glad you've been inspired to set up. That's cool. Whereabouts are you from? So these are the jobs that I've been doing today. Well, this is just one of them, actually. So these were some... Do you remember the property that we quoted last week to vacuum the gutters? It was just a vacuum job. And I think it was Ched. I think you said, don't give the price to wash them if she hasn't asked for it. Quote it on the day. So go there with a price in mind and then quote it on the day. That's what I did, and it worked perfectly. Not worked as if I'm like manipulating the customer, but she actually suggested it herself. I said, I think I was charging about 65 quid to vacuum the gutters on this particular house. She said, yeah, they're all green and horrible. I'm trying, and they're leaking and stuff. And so I thought if we get them vacuumed, at least it will stop them going green so much, because there won't be so much damp in the area and stuff. I said, well, I can wash them for you as well if you like. It'll cost you a little bit extra, but I can go around and work it out now. I'd already sort of worked it out. I priced it at about 75 quid, I think. No, it was £90 including the garage and 75 without the garage. And she went, let's just do the 75 then. She went, oh, perfect, let's do the 75. So she was quite excited about it. They came up really well. There's a little bit of confusion in price, because when I said it would be 75, she thought that was vacuuming and washing, but I was saying it was going to be an additional 75. Not, yeah, it's going to be 65 plus 75, not 75 in total. So it was lucky she checked with me afterwards. She said, so is it okay if I just send you the 75 via bank transfer? I said, yeah, that's fine, but it's not going to be 75. It's going to be 130 or 140. I said we don't have to do it today if you don't want to. She's quite a young girl, about probably just a bit older than me, maybe. And she went, oh no, that's fine. That's fine. I said, tell you what, I'll do the garage. I'll do the garage as well for 140. She went, oh, that'd be great. And she left me a lovely review. She had, if you ever get these garage roofs that have got like felt roofs with all the stones on them, you very often find the gutters are filled with the stones as well, which is when you vacuum those up. No worries, Ched. Thanks for popping in, mate. See you in a bit. You very often find that they're filled up with the stones, and then when you vacuum them, your vacuum gets super heavy. So, just one thing to be wary of. Came up well though. Very pleased with this one. She sort of went out halfway through, so she didn't really see the result, but I sent her a load of pictures, and she was very, very happy. So this particular job took 2 hours, and then the job afterwards, which was a very similar one, it also took 2 hours. So to vacuum all the gutters out probably took less than an hour, and then washing them with a water-fed pole and a brush, that's what took the time. 2 hours, near enough bang on both properties. So at least I've got sort of a marker as to what to expect. I've never really timed myself before, and it always takes a little bit longer than you expect when you're washing the gutters. I think most people that are going to price a job to wash gutters, fascias and soffits for the first time, I think they'll probably end up underpricing it, because for the first the first 6 or 7 jobs, I always priced it thinking it was going to take a lot less time than it actually does in the end. And it's a killer on your arms as well. If you haven't done it before, you know, your shoulders and your arms, trying to make sure you're getting all the little nooks and crannies in all the clips and stuff, the brackets. Yeah, it's a good workout for your shoulders. And if you've got 2 of those in one day, I was going to do 3. I was going to do a big pub today as well, but they never ended up getting back to me. And I'm kind of glad they didn't, because I was sort of running out of time. Didn't start till 9:30 today because it's Sunday, and I don't normally like turning on the vacuum or the pressure washer before like around 10ish, I guess, on a Sunday, because I just don't want to bother the neighbours. So this was 2 hours, both properties, including going round and handing out leaflets around the road as well. So I don't think that's too bad. 2 hours, vacuum the gutters, wash the gutters, faces and soffits, and hand out some leaflets. Hello Stephen. How's the Lost Lager? I was going to order it for my perfect draft. What's the order it for my perfect draft? What does that mean? I don't know what that means. It's very good. It's like one of the cheapest Brewdog lagers you can get. All the others are like really expensive, but these are Morrison's. I think you can get like 10 bottles for about 10 quid. Maybe 12 bottles, I can't remember. But all the other Brewdog stuff is a lot more expensive than the Lost Lager for some reason. I'm in holiday mode now. I've got a pint of vodka and lemonade as well. It sounds a lot better than my quote yesterday, where I thought I gave a competing quote for a patio clean, but the customer ejected and said too much and said, could you do it for 40? Oh, rejected, sorry. I thought you meant she just ejected out the roof because your quote was so high. A patio clean for 40 quid. I don't think I wouldn't even vacuum some gutters for 40 quid, to be honest. I think it's good to have like a minimum call out charge, especially for pressure washing, because it takes a bit of setup and stuff. This lady has asked me to also quote. I mean, this is the benefit of having a sign written van. She said, "Oh, I've just been looking at your van when I've been making the coffee and stuff." And she said, "I've been looking at your other services that you do. And I wondered if you can price up some more work, because I'd like to have all the other stuff around the house done as well." So I took a video of the rest of the work that he's doing. Can you see that? Yeah, you can. Just to let you know, I start the window cleaning side of my business this coming week. Nice. Pole. You're going to be using a water-fed pole. What's your plan for the window cleaning? Are you going to go door knocking, or are you going to put some leaflets out? Because ideally, you want your window cleaning round sort of all in one area, don't you, really? Came up great, well done. I like doing white gutter cleaning. Yeah, I mean, especially if the gutters are fairly new. I think these ones weren't particularly old on this property. But when they're super old and they're stained and you can't get rid of the stains, it's quite demoralising when you're spending like an hour and a half cleaning the gutters and they still look a bit naff afterwards. It's nice when they come up literally looking brand new like that. Hi mate, are you aware? You right, mate? Had my thoughts for gutter vac jobs on Monday last week. You are definitely right about needing ladders on the jobs. A few times we had to disconnect the downpipes as they were clogged. Yeah, I think I saw on your Instagram or YouTube or Facebook, I can't remember where I saw the little clip of you using the Panther. I think you got a Panther, haven't you? It's like a 3-story building, 2-story building. I think that was you. How do you get on with it? Was this your first time? I had my thoughts for gutter vac jobs. Not sure what that means. Was this your first time clearing gutters then? And how did you get on with it? Was there any like, other than the ladder situation, was there anything you didn't expect? And did it go smoothly? And was it hard work, or was it like as you expected it? Because I don't remember how I felt when I first got into it. Whether it was like, whether I thought, oh god, this is hard, or whether I thought, actually, this is alright, I could do this. Philips Perfect Draft Beer Machine saves me money on pub costs. Philips Perfect Draft Beer Machine. You have to have a look at what that is. What is this? Perfect Draft Kegs. "30 days fresh beer. Robust design. Available in a variety of preferred beer brands." So you buy a keg. Instead of buying like individual cans or bottles, you buy one keg and you like insert it into the machine. And it keeps it at the right temperature. And it's as if you're literally pouring a pint at the pub. That's pretty sick, actually. That's a lot of money. But I wonder how many you can get out of one of those kegs, and whether because when you consider, you just said that it's saves money on pub costs, but at the same time you're spending 300 and whatever pound on the machine itself, and then you've still got to buy the beer. I wonder how much the kegs are. That's pretty cool. Did anyone see the fight, the Fury fight versus Francis Ngannou. I forgot to talk about that last week. That's very cool. I'll have a look at that. I mean, I won't, because I'm never going to spend that much money on something. But it's Sunday. Hiya, Craig. I'm going on holiday tomorrow, so I thought I'll get one last stream in before having a week off. How's your week been? It's definitely harder than it looks washing the gutters with a water-fed pole. To achieve the desired results is a workout for sure. Yeah, Radiant posted some pictures on his Instagram the other day. Hers? I don't know if you're a boy or a girl. It's silly of me to assume, really, but posted some quite impressive results on your Instagram the other day. And I'd previously got some results that weren't quite as good, because I was washing some very old, white, dirty stained gutters, and they didn't come up quite so good. And so I got a bit jealous when you put that on your Instagram. They look like this, and I mean, all the wood underneath had it. I said, that's not going to come up, because that's wooden soffits, and they're painted, and all the paint's flaking off, so there's no point in me even touching that. They'll need replacing, but I can do the fascias and the gutters. And they said that's fine, and they came up all right. But I mean, if you zoom in, you can see on the downpipes there's still lots of grey, like quite a bit of growth on these ones as well. I mean, it's acceptable. The customer was very happy, and this was just so my technique now is I'm diluting 500 ml of Synergy Pro into 15 litres of water, and 15 litres is about perfect for most properties I've found. Looks like asbestos soffits, really? I didn't know that was a thing. So 15 litres of diluted product, and I'll carry the gardener backpack round with me and the water-fed pole, and I'll just spray the Synergy onto all the faces, soffits and gutters. Let it dwell for as long as it takes me to set up the hose and stuff, and then I'll start brushing and rinsing at the same time with this brush. This is quite a stiff brush with like the sill attachment on it. I've never used the sill attachment because I don't clean windows, but it's just slightly stiffer than my other one, which I quite like. Not great for getting up underneath inside the gutters, inside, you know, behind the gutters and stuff, but it's acceptable. And so I'm spraying the Synergy, letting it dwell, brushing it in and rinsing with the customer's water supply, you know, fed into the bottom of the water-fed hose, water-fed pole. Yeah, about an hour and a half all in, I guess. Sorry, just over an hour to wash, and then less than an hour to vacuum the gutters. This was a pain. Both sides of this conservatory that didn't have any access, so I had to climb on the roof. Looked like this, and they're quite deep gullies as well. And they just wanted them vacuuming on this one. Yes, garden pole and door knocking. I've got a few customers, but they're spread out all over, so I'll keep them until I get a compact set of customers. Yeah, I mean, I've never done window cleaning, but I'm assuming you want them all fairly close together, really. If you can get a bunch of them on the same street, that's a real bonus. Flicking from one house to the other, you know, 12 or 15 quid a house, I'm guessing. I'm assuming that's the sort of price these days, isn't it? About, yeah, between about 10 and 15 pound a house. Are we a day early? We are, Steve. Yes, we are. I've tried your advice with targeting my ads on Facebook last week and got more work and interest off Facebook than the last 6 months. I don't think I was really pushing it. That hard. Sorry, I don't think I was really pushing it that hard this week ever. So this is the hardest you've pushed it on Facebook. You've targeted it and it's worked. So this is something I wanted to talk about this week. I'll put a post in my Discord. Marketing chat here. Just saying like marketing works. So last week, before last week's stream, I did this post, which is just a generic gutter post. Very casual, saying I wondered if anyone would benefit from having their gutters cleared out this week. Please get in touch. With a couple of gutter clearing pictures. And I targeted 3 local Facebook community groups, which I don't join. I've never really joined them. And it's quite a lot of effort in terms of... It's not a lot of effort. In terms of finding the right community pages, finding the ones that will let you advertise. Some of them only let you advertise on like Mondays and Wednesdays or whatever. Some of them only let you advertise once a week or once a month. And then it's a case of answering the questions to check whether you're actually from the area or around the area, or whether the group will actually benefit from having you in there. And I was just honest with them. I'm saying, look, when I was answering the questions, I was saying, look, I'm a local business. I've done a bit of work in the area, and I'm wondering if anyone else would benefit from having similar work. And I got accepted to most of the groups. So I just thought I'd post 3 adverts, and that was Sunday last week. So it's been 7 days so far now. And within the last 7 days, I've had 7 jobs that I've converted from 8 inquiries, totaling £795, and that's just gutter work, which I thought was quite impressive from 3 posts on Facebook. It's all the same text. I've literally just done a very basic post and a couple of pictures, and I posted it in 3 different places and converted 795 quid's worth of customers. I think that's like really impressive. And these are areas that I've never really done work in. Maybe I've done the odd job here and there, but I'm now exposed to a whole new group of people. I'm going to have recommendations from the customers that I had this week because I've done a good job. They're going to tell their friends. They're going to tell their neighbours. I've had the opportunity now to hand leaflets out in those areas. And this is going to open up like a whole new bunch of work for me. And it's cost me nothing. It's cost me less than an hour to sort out the pictures and write the text and join the groups and stuff. And it's cost me no money in advertising. And I think that's very, very... That's like a very valuable lesson to me, because I've not put really any focus into advertising over the last 2 years, because work has just been steadily trickling in and it's been sort of all right. But this year I've done, obviously, my leaflets were in your area. I've done a bunch of business cards. And I'm actually making an effort to go out and hand them out. I'm going to have to go for a wee, I'm sorry. You can have a read of that if you want to. Back in a sec, sorry. Sorry about that. Fastest wee ever. And yeah, it's worked. And so I'm going to do some more over the next few weeks. I'll do a few more. And I've had a big pub contact me as well. I've quoted about £215 to clear some gutters on a decent sized pub. And they seem fairly interested. So yeah, it's just opened up a few more opportunities that weren't there before, through very minimal effort. So this is the job that I've been asked to quote. This is the lady that I quoted the gutters for last stream. Did those gutters today, and she's asked me to get a price on cleaning the decking. the path round the side. I think these are just, I didn't pay much attention to these slabs, but I think they're just concrete. They've got that sort of yellow coating on the top. And then she's got this fairly hefty resin driveway. And I said to her, I was very honest. I said, I've not got a huge amount of experience with resin, and I'd like to get some good before and afters of this driveway. And she suggested, she said, I've just had a look at the other services on your van. I'd like to get my drive cleaned, and I'm wondering if you can fit me in before Christmas, because I don't want to let it get any, I don't want to let it get any worse than this. And I said, yeah, absolutely. I'll price it up for you. And I think with resin, hang on. What's she doing? What are you screaming at? Excuse me, cheeky monk.
Yeah.
What were you screaming at?
Holiday.
Holiday? Sit on my lap. Come here. You're going to blow people's ears off.
People's ears off?
Can you see your face?
Yeah.
Say hello, my name's Maya.
Hello, my name's Maya.
And we're going on holiday tomorrow.
And we're going on holiday tomorrow.
Nice.
How are we going to turn this?
Do you want me to press it?
Yeah.
There we go, look. Oh, hair smells good.
My hair?
Yeah, it smells good.
And it's sticky.
And it's sticky?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Daddy,
Yeah.
can I do this?
No, I think it's bedtime for you, girly. Come on. Don't stop pressing stuff. Cheeky. Cheeky. Right, I'll see you in the morning, bright and early. Where are we going?
Holiday.
Holiday. Crazy. What's she crazy?
Also, she has us down that Fanta.
You excited? Oh, you've just had some Fanta before bed. That's a bad idea, wasn't it? Love you.
Bad idea.
It's a bad idea because now you're crazy. Look at you. Have a kiss. Okay. You're going to have to carry her out.
Come on, give Daddy a kiss. What thing?
That's a lolly. You're not having a lolly.
You had one at Ava's and you didn't eat it.
Definitely not having a lolly this time of night.
Play the night.
You nutter. See you in a bit. See you tomorrow. Exciting. If you hear any banging outside, it's just the fireworks, so don't be scared, alright? Oh, it's firework, bonfire night, isn't it?
Yeah. Let's do it again.
I'd be an alcoholic. First 4 gutter-back jobs. I was meant to say first 4 gutter-back jobs. See you, girly. Sorry about that. Thanks, Marius. It was your first 4 gutter-vac jobs. Went smooth enough, but definitely not as easy as I thought it would be. You'd be lost without the ladders, definitely, but using the vac is much safer. Yeah, I think I'm constantly up and down the ladders checking my work as well. I'll keep the ladders in one spot along a row of gutters, and I'll get up there to check, take a before and after picture. I'll I'll vacuum back and forward as much as I think is necessary to get them totally clean. And then I'll get up again, and inevitably there's a couple of chunks of moss that I've missed. And so I'll sort of count how many clips down they are, or whether it's like just above the door, just above the window. And I'll go over just that small section again with the vacuum. And then I'll go back up and take my after picture. Definitely worth having the ladders. I don't think you can do it without ladders, personally. Even if you've got a camera system. You know, if you knock an end cap off, or if you've got a gutter, if you've got a downpipe that needs clearing, I don't think you're doing that without ladders. Real question. Oh, it's a he. Sorry, Radiant. Real question. Where we all going to get pissed after the cleaning expo next year? Need to book the hotel. Is there a very important question? Are there any pubs local? I'm happy to take suggestions. I wonder if I'll speak to Darren. I'm sure. I wonder if the guys from Gutter Vacuum Systems would fancy going out for a meal or a drink. Get Darren. I think Pure Seal are going to be there. I don't know if they'll be doing their own thing. I'm not sure. Strippers? No strippers. Oh, I got invited to the H2O Christmas party, which I thought was so lovely. They booked. There's like a show at the NEC, like a Christmas party thing where you get a table, and I think it's like a Christmas show. And they've paid for all the food, unlimited drinks, and they've invited me. How nice is that? And I'm going. I've said yes because I've not got like all the previous years I've had employers that have hosted Christmas parties, but this year I'm my own employer, so I'm on my own. That was very nice of them. Looks like asbestos soffits. So what you reckon is the bad time to start the pressure washing? Now I have only one customer so far. You have any tips for me, please? I mean, if you're in the UK, certainly this time of year, the pressure washing has near enough stopped. It's come to a halt, pretty much. This particular customer wants pressure washing doing, but it's quite rare this time of year to actually get leads. This has been more of like an upsell. I wouldn't have got this quote come through unless she'd have got in contact with me for the gutters, and that's led into more work. And that's the same as this one actually. So I went to do I did some more gutters for a bungalow, which again I think we also quoted on stream. And she's asked for me to quote her patio, which is that nasty, horrible. It's that concrete that I spoke about on one of my videos. And it's that coated concrete that's lost all of its coating, and now it's absorbed all the liching. And this is going to be an absolute night. Like you can see already that you'll pressure wash it and it'll brighten up, but there's going to be so many black spots. So I need to quote this one as well for her. She said, "Don't worry about it until you're back off your holiday." I think this will be like a pre-treatment of hypo, surface cleaner. I think she wants the top of the walls doing as well. You can't see there, just there. Post-treatment of hypo, probably a very strong mix, and then potentially wash again, and then I reckon another treatment of hypo just to be sure. I don't know. I'd like to put a quote together tonight if you guys are up for it, for this job. This is 3 parts. This is the decking, the slabs around the side, and then the resin driveway. And I'm very keen to get this job because I want to do the decking and I want to do the resin driveway. I'm not too bothered about the slabs around the side, but I'd love to get some resin on the portfolio. So yeah, sorry, to answer your question, Marius. In the UK, pressure washing season is over, I'd say. That's not to say you won't find pressure washing work. There might be some commercial work that comes in. Things tend to get a bit slippy this time of year, so if there's algae build up on a patio or on some steps or something, you might get some work through that. But I think the main push this time of year would be gutters. But that is not to say that you shouldn't start advertising your new pressure washing business right now. So keep doing things to get yourself in a position where you're not playing catch up in the new year. So if you can start getting your equipment together, and if you can start looking at your marketing, your advertising, and letting everyone know, I'm doing pressure washing now, this is my business, so get in contact if you need anything. They'll know that then, ready for like end of February, March time. And they'll be like, oh, Marius is the guy we need to contact for the pressure washing. So just because you're not getting work now, it doesn't mean it's not going to translate into work next year, early next year. So definitely don't think, oh, pressure washing season's over, so I'm not going to start the business right now. Start the business right now. It sounds like you already have. And, put 110% into it. Start looking at advertising. I'd say maybe look at leaflets and stuff, but I'll be honest, leaflets haven't brought any work in for me so far. I haven't done a whole lot of them. I have been doing them on jobs recently. Sophie came out with me the other day, which was really, really nice. Not only was it nice working with my partner, but it was nice just working with another person and having her, passing things up to me, being able to switch the vacuum on and off whenever I needed to while I was up a ladder or whatever, getting into awkward spaces, unpacking the van, tidying things up at the end of the job and stuff. It was so much quicker with another person. And then obviously while I was doing the stuff where she couldn't really do anything, she was off down the street handing leaflets out. Bearing in mind, my leaflets at the moment are targeted for pressure washing, not necessarily gutters. Hello. Sorry, just talking about you.
I know, I've been here.
You're right.
Yep.
Here she is. Here she is.
Ow.
Sorry. You excited?
Yeah.
So my leaflets at the moment, it's obviously smelts pressure washing. It does say pressure washing, gutter clearing, and PVC cleaning. It's in quite small writing, so I'm not sure people are gonna initially look at it. They're gonna look at it and think, oh, pressure washing, don't need that at the moment. Whereas if it said gutter clearing and it was a picture of gutter clearing, I might get a few more calls. So I'm not confident these are the right move for this time of year. I might make some new ones that are specifically aimed at gutters. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking heading into Coventry. Oh, for like a night out, you mean, Craig? I'm not sure whether to invest in a gutter vac now. Do you think it's a bit late in the year? No, absolutely not. Gutter season is just starting. And you'll be doing gutters all year. I've had a mix of pressure washing jobs and gutter jobs all year this year, and I was doing them much later into the year than I expected to. I was doing gutters in the middle of summer, which I didn't expect. But as soon as you have that equipment and you start letting your customers know, by the way, I also do gutters, I also clean conservatories, I also, do this and that. I'll be like, oh, can we get booked in for that then? Like, it really does, to be in a position where you can upsell stuff because you have that equipment, it's so handy. Like I said today on that job today, I went there just to vacuum the gutters, but I already had a price in mind, intending to upsell the fascia, soffit and gutter wash. And so what started out as a £65 job turned into a £140 job for an extra hour's work. See if you can message a few people, Jake, just so we can get a hotel booked. Earlier we booked, cheaper it is. You're booking a hotel? Oh, you're coming down from Manchester or Liverpool? We're flying from... You're in Manchester, aren't you, Steve and Craig? We're flying from Manchester tomorrow. When is the cleaning show? 13th of April. You guys are on it, aren't you? Oh, you're in the UK, Marius. Nice. Love you. Could you do decking this time of year? I have possible inquiry, but worry that the decking won't dry. He wants it oiled as well. That's a him problem. Is he going to oil it or are you? Oiling it, I don't know much about wood restoration, but I don't think I'd be oiling a deck this time of year because it's going to trap that moisture in, isn't it? I don't know how oil works. Is it breathable? You might find a dry day. It's definitely not too. It's definitely not too late in the year to clean decking. If he wants to restain it or oil it, then that could potentially cause some problems. Or are you going to be doing that for him? Here's Sophie, look. Helping me with the gutters. So in contrast, no, it doesn't matter. We didn't wash these ones, we just vacuumed them. Took about an hour for both jobs. But they were quite awkward, fiddly ones like this one. Actually, the second job took about 40 minutes, I think. This one had all this wire in it, just on one section. On like about a 4-meter section, it had all this wire in there. And you couldn't take it out. And so I had to sort of vacuum in it and around it and under it. And I had to move all the wire about. And that was really awkward. And it wasn't in the rest of the gutters, so I don't really understand what its purpose was. So that 4-meter section took me like 20 minutes on its own just to do that bit. Holmes, I reckon you can invest in a gutter vacuum. Yeah, it's good time for it. Definitely, you'll make your money back in. I mean, the vacuum alone, they're about 460 quid, aren't they? Plus the poles. You can make that back in about 10 or 15 jobs. You know, including the cost of the poles and stuff. But that's going to be a massive investment for you then. It sounds like a lot of work for one piece of equipment, but it's I've had this Panther just over a year now. The only maintenance I've had to do with it is I've got a new blue sponge filter, which was about 10 quid. And I've just got a new hose for it. This hose that you can see on screen now is a new one because it got run over the other day, and because it's a wire reinforced hose, once it's squashed, it ain't coming back out. So someone ran over it with their car. So I had to get a new one. That was about 50 quid. But you can, you know, if you've got drainage issues when you're pressure washing, you can suck up all the water and just go up top of the drive and tip it down the drain. Or if you've got a load of sludge in an area, you can suck all the sludge up. Like, the gutter vacuum is such an investment. So good. This is the Panther that you can see on screen at the moment from Gutter Vacuum Systems. I've also got the bigger GVS 3600 that Callum's got at the moment. Callum's in the chat right now. Hey up. You're right, mate. How's your week been, Callum? You've had some terrible luck with vans lately, haven't you? Leaflets are working amazing for me with gutters. Really? 300 in local area got me 3 jobs. That's a good... 300 in a local area. So 300 how long is it going to take you to walk around and hand out 300 leaflets? Because you can't discount the time it takes you to actually hand them out, because that's money too. While you're not earning on a job, if you're going around handing leaflets out, time is money, you know what I mean? So how much is that costing you in time? And then you've also got the cost of the 300 leaflets that you've had printed. To convert that into 3 jobs, I'm guessing a gutter job on average, to vacuum them out, I'm guessing you're going to be at about 60 to 70 pound. And then that customer could potentially be a customer for life. So if you're getting that sort of conversion, it's got to be worth it, isn't it, really? I'm missing some of your questions. Sorry, the chat's moving a bit faster now. 4,000 over a larger area using a company. I got 5 calls on the day, booked in 3 jobs, and awaiting a 225 driveway clean. You got 5 calls in one day on the same day that 4,000 leaflets were handed out. Which company are you using to hand out these leaflets? That sounds like a good idea. Thanks for your advice, really appreciate it. Thank you, I'll keep pushing. No worries, man. The chat just disconnected for some reason. The stream just temporarily went down. Are we good? Am I still here? Can you guys hear me? On the marketing and advertising part, should be live in the next month. In the process of buying a van too. Ford Transit Connect short wheelbase. Any advice on this particular van? Anyone in the chat? Has anyone in the chat got a short wheelbase Ford Transit? You're going to buy a van in March, Marius. I think I got my van at the end of March, within my first year. Seemed like a good time. Like, things were kicking off. It got to the point where I was like, okay, I'm getting busy. I'm in a position now where I can leave my current employment. I've got plenty of savings, loads of work booked in. I'm going to buy a van. I'm just going to go for it. Manchester, 2 nights, Friday and Saturday. That's commitment, that is. You're going to come down and get a hotel. Are you doing... Is the cleaning expo just on the one day? Or is it spread across 2 days? April the 13th. So is it just the one day on the weekend then? I'm assuming it's like a Friday or a Saturday. Callum, do you want to come to the cleaning expo with me, mate? Soph will probably be coming as well. And we'll go around and say hello to all the suppliers and stuff, and probably have some sort of drink or maybe a meal or something. I don't know. If you're interested, I'd love for you to come along. You're going down on the Friday. Do you design your leaflets on Canva, as they also print them for you and they've got great quality as well? No, I've been using Vistaprint for business cards and leaflets, and I've been very, very happy. Hooper, welcome. Hooper Garden Services, you're right, mate. I was going to sell it as a package of pressure washing and oiling. I think decking restoration is a good business. I don't think oiling is rocket science. Yeah, I don't know anything about it, mate. The thing I have noticed on the Pure Seal approved applicator pages, or it might be on the trade pages, people tend to pressure wash when it's like a full decking restoration. They're pressure washing it and then they're sanding it and re-oiling it, and that makes it literally look like brand new. So you might want to look into sanding it potentially as well. I feel you got 2 times of the years for gutters. I feel get 2 times of the year for gutters. Long wheelbase connect. You get winter and autumn. Yep. And if you can get like some schools or a pub or some commercial properties, if you can get them on like reoccurring 6 monthly cleans for their gutters to make sure they're not going to have any long-term problems, that's like a nice maintenance package that you can sell them. Look at this. This is H2O. They've had a massive flood. Their whole unit was in like a foot of water. Mind you, that looks like more than a foot on the outside. That'd be absolutely devastating to walk into in the morning. Obviously all their carpets, they said they've just finished fitting their last bit of skirting board in one of the areas that they were rebuilding. They've just finished building their workshop where they work, where they've got all their tools and their servicing area, and they've just finished their gym as well, this bit here, and now all of the equipment and everything's just covered in muck. I mean, who better, in a weird way, who better for it to happen to, because they have the equipment and stuff to clean everything afterwards. So in a way, like, if this would have been any other business, like a mechanic or I don't know, some sort of storage, they wouldn't have been as equipped as these guys are to deal with the issue. But so much work has gone into putting all this back together, and like, you've also got to consider the money they're losing. Like, these guys do big jobs and they do a lot of work in pressure washing, and so the downtime on not being able to go out and do those jobs because you've got to sort the unit out and refit carpets and paint everything, it's like all hands on deck. It's just I think what they've done now, they've got the mini digger and they've gone round and they've dug like trenches all the way around the outside of the unit, so it's not going to happen again. Crazy, man. These guys are just down the road from me, literally a 10-minute drive. These are the guys that have invited me to the Christmas party. Crazy. How was the Titan wet and dry vacuum? Was it any good? It was great. It was a wet and dry vacuum. It did the job. It had plenty of suction and stuff, but it wasn't equipped to, you know, you can't really hook it up well to 51mm vacuum hoses, vacuum poles. It was a bit of a bodge when I did mine, when I hooked mine up, and so it was just annoying. It wasn't very reliable. Hoses kept coming off, and I'd recommend just like getting a proper one that's purpose built for the job. You'll get a better hose. Everything will just work as it should. More power because it's only 1500 watt as opposed to like a Panther that's 1700 watt. Purpose built for the job. And if you go with the gutter vacuum systems, you've got their incredible customer services as well. So 2 vans down, several days of shite weather calling off jobs. Yeah, that's rough, mate. I was supposed to be working with Callum this week, but with the bad rain and stuff, you can't really be climbing around on roofs in torrential rain and wind and stuff. It was quite high winds, so yeah, don't blame you, mate. Is that Barclay? Is that how you say that? Leaflets have worked really poorly for me. 2,000, not one job from the leaflets. I think the quality of the leaflet also has a massive impact on whether people are actually going to look at it. Like, when it comes to the leaflet material and the design of the leaflet, it's got to be right. I did a really naff. I did a terrible my first leaflet was awful. And it was just printed on paper. And it got me no work. I'm not surprised it got me no work, because it just looked so unprofessional and flimsy and horrible and poorly printed. But I thought, no, I'm going to do a proper one this time. So I went with Vistaprint and had I think that's quite a solid design. I've got like a bit of branding going now with the orange and black. We're in your area. Before and afters on the back. This is a good. I think this is a good pressure washing leaflet. Maybe not so good for gutters. I'm powerless over external forces. Been grafting today and yesterday to make up for some losses. Nice, Callum. You've been up pigeon proofing. Have you used the gutter vacuum anymore since we last spoke? If so, how are you getting on with it? I paid £120 for 15,000 leaflets. Do you know how much work? I don't suppose you can really say how much work you got from those leaflets. The gutter vac is a lifesaver. Got me out of a few sticky situations on pressure washing jobs with poor drainage. Yep, same. I've got one job tomorrow. I will leaflet the area after. Nice. I've been sort of getting into... I've been trying to be a bit more switched on when it comes to like advertising and stuff, so I'm thinking like I'm putting more effort into going around and posting out leaflets. Now that I've got them, I might as well use them on jobs where I think, oh, I'm in the van, I'm gonna go home, have a bath, or like I'm gonna rush to the next job so that I can finish as early as I can and stuff. Instead of doing that, I'm actually taking the extra 15-20 minutes it takes me to go around the whole street and just stick a leaflet in every single door. How's the van coping your equipment? Have you got any issues? That's to Conrad. Oh, sorry if the stream keeps dropping out. I don't know what the issue is. Enjoy your holiday. I'll catch up when you return. No worries, Stephen. Thanks for watching, mate. My van's a VW Crafter. I was looking at those. What are your thoughts on the Crafter? I think they look really smart. Oh, sorry guys. I can see you're having issues with it dropping out. Love their attitude towards it. Love their attitude towards it. Oh, the flood. Yeah, I totally agree. Just had a phone call at 8:30 on a Sunday asking if I cut grass. Have you ever thought about, you know, when you get those jobs where people they might want your services, but they also want to know if you'll do like additional small landscaping jobs or hedge trimming or gardening or whatever, and you know it's not going to take you long, and you could just go and rent a strimmer or whatever, and you know, get an extra 70-80 quid for doing something quite small. Do you guys ever branch out into those other areas, or do you think, no, I do pressure washing, I do window cleaning, I do gutters, you know, whatever? Do you just stick to those jobs, or will you take on other work if it's like easy enough? Because I know for a fact I could cut grass. Yeah, I could rent a strimmer. If there's some like super overgrown grass, I could rent a strimmer. If there's some hedges that need cutting back, I do my mum's hedges every year now, and quite enjoy it. It's quite hard work, to be fair. I rent one of those big telescopic fold-out petrol trimmers, and I'm quite good at it, I'll have you know. I did my nan's, and she said this is the best it's ever looked. No one's ever done it this perfectly. So if the pressure washing fails, I think I've got a future in hedge trimming. Although I don't fancy doing tree surgery. That looks a bit scary for me, to be honest. Had mine designed by a graphic designer, looked decent, printed them via Vistaprint. Yes, you pronounced it correctly, nice. I have the Gutter Sucker Bandit with the carbon poles, works great, nice. I think I'd like to talk to someone who's gone from aluminium poles to carbon to see if they think the additional cost is worth it. Hey Jake, you're right, mate. I'm doing very well. I'm in holiday mode. I'm going on holiday tomorrow. I've got the vodka and lemonade. Early stream. Normally stream on a Monday night, but we've gone for a Sunday night stream just to get one in before I go away. Shush. Just weeds will grow back, Jake. What do you mean, Craig? Just weeds will grow back. Oh, you're not talking to me. You're talking to the other Jake. Sorry. I might have missed some messages by the looks of it. Oh, sorry. I have a question. Hoping you can help. I did a block paving job which needs resanding, but I highly doubt I'll be able to get back anytime soon. Will it cause any long-term issues the longer it's left? Yeah, like Craig said, you're just the longer you leave it with no sand in the joints, the more prone to those weeds growing back. And you'll be surprised how quickly they come back. Literally within a couple of weeks, you'll see the weeds start sprouting through. Even on a good day when you've sanded, if there's a lot of foliage in the area, or if it was particularly weedy before, you could drive back there in a couple of weeks' time and you'll see little weeds sprouting out. Which is why I've started using hypo on every single block paving job, just to try and... God, that looks amazing, doesn't it? It's like honed sandstone. I'm using hypo on every single job in the hope that it will bleach any remaining roots and you know, help prevent it growing back. But like on a job like this where you can see there's lots of grass and weeds coming through, if you're not treating the area with chemicals and if you're not resanding the joints, I mean, this is the joints on this one, they need grit. So you can see with the when the edges have got that jagged edge on the blocks, you wouldn't resand this. You'd put grit back into it, like the little granite chippings, or what do I call it? We've spoke about this before. But if you're not refilling those joints soon enough, the weeds are going to start coming back through. On a drive like that, when there's so many weeds anyway, they're going to be back very quickly. And as long as you manage the customer's expectations and just say, look, you're going to need to keep on top of these. When they start coming through, you're going to need to treat them with weed killer. Because I mean, at the end of the day, your job is to come in, clean the area, and resand it. Your job is not long-term weed maintenance. That's the customer's job, or unless they want to pay, you know, like a grounds maintenance guy or a gardener or whatever. But I do understand the customer's frustration when they've just paid 180, 250 quid to have their drive cleaned, and within 2 weeks the weeds are already coming back through. Like, I do totally get that. But it's Mother Nature is like totally beyond your control, and it's totally beyond the customer's control. As long as you manage their expectations, and if you don't know what to expect, then how can you manage their expectations? And that all comes with experience. You'll know, you'll start to learn these things, you know, when you get calls back from customers, or when you drive back a couple of weeks later to clean their gutters out as like an upsell. You'll start seeing things. You'll get an idea of how long things generally, or you know, what techniques work to stop the weeds coming back through and stuff. But it is unavoidable. It's just Mother Nature. If someone approaches you and says, can you pressure wash my drive? Can you guarantee that the weeds aren't going to come back, or do you offer any sort of guarantee or whatever? Never say yes. Because when it comes to Mother Nature, you can't guarantee anything. And you're just going to get yourself into a whole world of mess. when you get that call back from the customer. And this doesn't happen on every job. You know, maybe 10% of jobs there's going to be like a weed issue. And even if the customer doesn't come back to you, chances are, particularly this year where there's been so much heavy rain and then sun and then heavy rain and then sun, it's like a breeding ground for weeds. Got this song again, man. It's like playing Mario Kart. Chelt, welcome. You're right. I would rather pass it on to a local firm in the hope that they pass me work back. Pass on, you're talking about additional work that the customer asks. Yeah, it's an opportunity for you to get in touch with local guys who are offering things like grounds maintenance and gardening or window cleaning. If they ask you, do you clean windows? No, but I know a guy that does. And if you can start networking with people in the area, like you say, they might pass you work then as well. That's a good idea. It's been an awesome van I can carry. That's to someone else. I've done a few related jobs. If it pays and it's straightforward, I'll do it. Yeah, I mean, I've done things like resetting blocks. You know, like when the block paving's sunk and stuff, I've pulled those out and reset them with some sand because that's fairly easy. And once you've done a couple, you know what's involved. I used to do garden maintenance for a huge estate, so I have the knowledge, but I think it gets overly complicated the more you offer. Depends on how badly you need the work. Yeah, I mean, the more services, the more you stretch yourself, I think it's going to impact your quality of work and potentially impact your quality of quoting and pricing things as well. If you focus on maybe 2 or 3 services, like I'm doing pressure washing, gutters, and then like PVC cleaning, like fascias, soffits, conservatories, that sort of stuff. Those are the three services that I'm offering at the moment. And I'm getting really good at like quoting those and upselling those, and I can go into detail with the customer about some very specific products that they might need for this particular patio or whatever. So I'm getting really good at that. And if I stretch myself into like hedge trimming and stuff, that's a whole new body of knowledge about bushes and plants and how much to take off. And then I've got to figure out where I'm going to dispose of all this stuff. And like you're right, it can get very complicated. And then you need to start joining hedge trimming groups on Facebook and, doing all that research and stuff. If they are using it to park on, it'll move a lot more without sand. The sand locks the blocks together. Yep, absolutely right. If it's got traffic, heavily trafficked, the blocks are gonna wobble. How do you cope, Jake, with the current van size? You have mentioned getting a bigger van. What equipment would you had if you had extra size? No, I wouldn't have a mower. I think, let me see if I've got a picture of my van recently for those of you who haven't seen it. Oh, by the way, this is when Sophie came out with me. That was a fun day. I really enjoyed that. When it comes to my van, I've got everything in my van that I want and that I need to offer the services that I want to offer. The only reason I'd like a bigger van potentially is to get rid of the roof box so that I could fit a set of triple extension ladders. Because if I replaced my double extension ladders, I wouldn't have enough room. I've only just about got enough room for the roof box and the ladders. If I had a triple set, I'd have to get rid of the roof box. So I'd like 2 sets of ladders on the top. I'd like the doubles that I've currently got, and then I'd like the triples. The only thing that I use the roof box for now is the vacuum poles. So obviously I've got the big bag with like 10 poles in it, and they're fairly long. They're about 1.5 meters, I think they are. And so they sit perfectly in the roof box, and I don't have room for those poles inside the van unless I get creative with like mounting stuff from the ceiling and stuff. So if I was to get a bigger van, it wouldn't be to get more equipment, although I would potentially look into roof cleaning and employing someone. It'll be bigger van and then potentially looking at roof cleaning and employing someone. That'll be like the next step probably, if I want to go that route, but I don't know if I do. But just working with Sophie the other day was really fun, and I really enjoyed myself, and she helped a lot. Even on the little bits where you think it's a one-man job, there's still other stuff that she's doing in the background that's like really helpful. And so just having someone with me, like my brother's coming back in the next like 20 days. I think he sent me a text saying he's coming back at the end of this month from Australia, and he's going to be coming to work with me, and I'm really, really excited for that. There's my van, for those of you that haven't seen it. So the roof box, I've got a couple of shovels in there, and I've got my vacuum poles, and it's great. I really do like it, but if I had a bigger van, I'd just get rid of the roof box. Sort of lost my train of thought there. Chell, I'm very well, thank you, mate. I'm going on I can't say that word. Holiday. I'm going on holiday tomorrow. And I'm getting like into the mood. Right, be back later. I've got a comp game to play. What are you playing? A comp game? What sort of competition? Are you online gaming right now? Maybe acid brick washing and render soft washing, etc. is a good one. As like an additional service. I did my first, for those of you that haven't seen, I had my first taste of new build washing the other day with H2O. So I did a big old tarmac. This was just like a commercial tarmac clean. And then I did some acid washing and render cleaning with H2O. That was a great experience. I don't think I'm going to like target those jobs because it's quite a lot. You need to know people to sort of get into it, and all the health and safety stuff, and just working on a site in general. Quite a lot of pressure there, I think. Excuse the pun. But it's nice to have that knowledge now. Even though I only spent a day doing it, like I've learnt so much from just being there with those guys for a day. So go and watch that video if you haven't already. I've gone from gardening into pressure washing. I now have 2 websites and 2 Google businesses. I decided to treat the pressure washing as a separate business. That's a good idea. And you won't know, I suppose. I was going to ask you how has that gone in comparison, but I suppose you don't have a comparison. It'd be interesting to know whether if you'd incorporated both of those businesses into one, would that have been more successful or less than having 2 individual businesses? The only thing that I can see the downside being is that you're having to, if you're paying for advertising, you're having to pay twice. And when it comes to branding, logos, uniform printed, I think you're potentially doubling up on costs there. How does that work? Have you got 2 different names for the businesses as well? Or are they like very similar named? Because I think if I was to extend my services, I'd probably go from Smelts pressure washing, which is what it currently is, to just in general, if I was to rebrand, which I think I probably should at some point, it would probably change to Smelts exterior cleaning. But that's what everyone else does. You know what I mean? I don't want to just copy what everyone else does, because that seems to be the natural progression. You target one service because you're young and inexperienced and you think, I just want to do pressure washing. And then you realise you actually need to expand your services and look into gutter clearing and all that other stuff. And so inevitably you become Smelts external cleaning or Smelts outdoor services or whatever. I'd like to be just Smelts, but then people don't know what that is. I think that's more sort of franchisable. Smelts pressure washing sounds very local and small and family run, and which I like it in a way, but if I do get to the point where I want to expand, I don't think this current branding that I've got at the moment offers very much expansion as it is. You know what I mean? Essimo, welcome. Evening, Jake. I've had the privilege of working alongside you at Lifeline. I never thanked you enough for everything that you did for me back then. Love seeing the success you're having. So inspiring. Elliot, no way. That's insane. That's crazy that you found this. How did you find the channel, Elliot? That's very cool. And that's very kind of you to say that it was a privilege working with me. I've still got memories of working with you, shouting at that man that smacked his dog. I think I lost my temper a bit there, didn't I? And that was like one of your first days working with me. I bet that was an experience. That's funny. Elliot, that's so cool that you're here. Very cool. I have a small trailer for my scaffolding, mainly for roof jobs, so I can rock up and crack on. Since driving the trailer for H2O, I'm considering a trailer as an option. Not that it's like ideal, but so I drove. I turned up and they just said, "Oh, you're driving today," because the lad that I was working with, he's only, I think he's like early 20s, and he didn't have a license yet. He said, "Oh, did they not tell you you're driving?" Because they weren't there; they were down in London or whatever. I was like, "Oh God, I've never driven with a trailer before." And the thing that the guy said to me, like, "You're better off having this big trailer because you can actually see the wheel arches in the mirror. Whereas the smaller trailers, you can't see them, and it's a lot more difficult to reverse. And when you're going down the lanes and stuff, it's just weird." So if I was going to get a trailer, it would be a big one like that. Also, the only thing that's stopping me getting a trailer is I don't have anywhere to park it. I'd be terrified to have my pressure washer and stuff in it, scaffolding tower and whatever, and just have it parked on the drive with no cover or anything on it, because stuff gets nicked. I'm scared about the van anyway, let alone having like an open trailer. And weather, I don't want everything to get rained on and for things to go rusty and stuff. Like I keep my machines quite rust free and stuff because they're always in the van. They're always covered up. I'm quite proud of that. But having driven a trailer now, it does feel like a viable option. And these guys have got like 3 or 4 of these. They do very good with the trailers. They've got some awesome equipment. So nice to be able to just rock up on site, plug your water supply in, turn the key and start washing. It's very cool. Unnecessary if you're just starting out and stuff, but it is cool. I remember you saying on a previous video that you listened to podcasts regarding businesses and such. What were their podcasts? Good question. So the audio books that I listened to, this is what gave me the idea to start the business, was the Compound Effect. So this book, you can get it on Audible. I think it's free if you just download the trial. This changed my life. I'm not even being dramatic. This book changed my life. And then by the same author, there was the entrepreneur. I never know how to say that word. Entrepreneur roller coaster. The Entrepreneur Roller Coaster. This is another like life changer, really. If you listen to these books back to back, you'll be like motivated and ready to start your business and ready, or even just advertise and just push stuff. It totally resets your mind, your state of mind. And then I guess the only other podcast that I've listened to for pressure washing that's come in very useful is one called Soft Wash UK, and this talks a lot about the use of hypo and certain chemicals and stuff. Will sodium hypochlorite bleach surfaces? Can I use it to clean wood? Soft washing versus pressure washing. So these are quite short. They're about 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 17 minutes. So this is good. This is just free content to listen to sort of get your mindset into the to start understanding chemicals and stuff. And let's face it, like when you're pressure washing, sodium hypochlorite is like the number one chemical you're going to be using to get the results. So definitely recommend that as well. Yeah, you can listen to the Entrepreneur Roller Coaster and the Compound Effect on Audible. If you download the app, I think you get like a 30-day free trial, and you can listen to both of those books for free. And if you're just driving, or you're doing your day job, or just chilling in the evening, put your headphones on. Really, really good listening. And actually focus. Actually listen to it. Don't just stick it on and then aimlessly sort of actually try and adopt the information, because I've been terrible at that. And I can't read books because I read and then I don't take in any of the information. I don't hold on to any of it. And so listening to it through an audio book is so much easier for me. I made a website on Wix and it only cost 25 quid for the website. Nice. I think I'm paying about £6 a month for the domain. I only made this website like last week. smeltspressurewashing.co.uk. Security risk. Why? The domain. Oh, I think my free trial has ended. Lol. What a way to find out. Live on YouTube. I think I need to start paying for that one. I think I had a 7-day trial on that plan, didn't I? And now it's expired. It's all weird. Okay. Well, I can't show you the website, but it's very good. I've had a bit of work through it already. I got a big limestone job come through. And a gutter job. Viewpoint Garden Services, and then the pressure washing is Clearview Pressure Wash. Yeah, so they are totally different, really, aren't they? Trusting in someone with your business is a huge ask. Trusting someone with your business is a huge ask. I've noticed watching Sid, they go off and realise how much money they can make for themselves. And yeah, you could employ someone. I mean, I'd probably encourage it. I would probably take someone on in the knowledge that I'm training this person up to start their own business eventually. Because I think you're just lying to yourself if you think you're going to take someone on, you're going to take a young lad on potentially, train them up, show them how to use all the equipment, get them out on their, get them out doing jobs themselves. And if you think that person isn't thinking, if I invest $1,000, $2,000 of all this money I'm making at the moment, if I invest it into my own equipment, I can make as much money as my boss is making. Now that I've got all this experience. So I think potentially you want to employ someone in the understanding that if this person wants to go off and do their own thing, you're setting them up for that. And you're encouraging that because you want to build people up rather than this person is a potential what's that word? They're against me. They're a competition. This person is potential competition for me, and so I'm not going to show them everything they need to know to get the job done. I think that's the wrong attitude. But you have got to be also willing to lose that person. But instead of being in the mindset where you're just worried that you're going to lose this person, rival, thank you, Ollie. Instead of being in that mindset, why not tell the person, look, I'm going to train you up, show you how to do everything. If you want to set up yourself, let's aim towards that. Let's go a year, maybe 2 years of employment. You're equipped with the knowledge and the equipment to set up by yourself and go off on your own. Or we'll get to that point, and if you're happy with where you are, happy with your earnings, and you're happy with the relationship we've got and you want to keep working for me, that's also fine. But throughout the relationship, let's both be honest with each other about our intentions. Treat them right, and I don't think you can really go wrong with that, can you? It's when you start messing about with mind games and treating them poorly, and I suppose if that person isn't in a position to be honest, if they're if they're turning up late all the time and they're doing stuff on the side with your equipment and stuff, you're getting off on the wrong foot, aren't you? You need to be able to trust that person. But trust doesn't come automatically. You need to both create this relationship where you can trust each other, I think. I think I'd be a terrible boss. I've been a manager in the past, and I think I try too hard to be their friend rather than their manager. And when people have worked for me and stuff, I want to pay them as much as I can possibly pay them, to encourage them to, come and work with me again and stuff. And it's good, it's fun working with me, and but that's not sustainable when you're taking someone on full time, I think. Yeah, Matt, I think my website's down at the moment. I think I had a 7-day free trial on it. I'm paying for the domain, but I don't think I'm paying for the website to be hosted. I think it's like £6 a month for the domain. I think for the website to actually appear through GoDaddy, I think it's like 11 quid or something for the basic plan, £11 a month. Pressure washing remains a service on my gardening website. Yeah. Ben's Gutters offers more than just gutter clearing, so it works for them. Yeah, they're massive, Ben's gutters. I think such and such pressure washing is quite specific to pressure wash. It's less likely that people will think of you for gutters, cleaning soffits, conservatories and closely related bits. I totally agree, and I think I made the mistake early on thinking I was quite naive, thinking I'm only going to offer gutters. I'm only going to offer pressure washing, and so that's what I built the business around. Now it's getting to the point where I think I need to rebrand, because I've been forced to offer other services as well, because things get quiet and different, seasons, different times of year and stuff. Mine's a box trailer, but I do have a big drive. So with the box trailer, are you talking like a horse trailer, that sort of thing, or are you talking like a trailer like I just showed, but with like a cage around it? I've seen those that have got cages around it, and I'm thinking if I did one of them, I could put just like a cover over it so you can't see what's inside. There's a cage around it, everything's locked up, you're not going to get in there, and it's covered. That could be an option for me. P. Moore says, hey Jake, enjoy the holidays. I've got one of the GVS 3600 vacs. Big difference with the silicone brace. Noticed it bends a lot myself. So I bought this brace. You're right. So the silicone as it is quite bendy when you're being quite aggressive with it in the gutters. But I've just paid for one of these braces that's like adjustable. You can change. To be honest, I was hoping for slightly more adjustment in the outwards direction. Like you can bend it 90 degrees, and that's quite nice. I'd have liked to sorry, not 90 degrees. You can bend it 180 degrees, which is nice. I'd like to have the option of bending it more to like 90 degrees, but it doesn't go that far. I'm assuming it probably can't go that far with the current silicone joiner that's on there. But literally, the first time I went to use it, this little thumb screw popped off. And I think I've probably got it set up wrong, where I've put the washer in the wrong place. I've tried to tighten it as much as I can, but it's popped off and I've lost it at the customer's property. So now I've just got this bolt and the bracket, and it doesn't work because I've lost that little thumb screw. So I need to get another one of those ordered. But it does stiffen it up a lot. So if you're suffering with like a lot of twisting or bending or whatever, and you want to get rid of that, I definitely recommend this brace. Maybe just put a bit of thread lock on the... No, because that defeats the point then, for it to be adjustable. It is a slightly different experience when the flex isn't there anymore. Going from having spent a year using this setup with a little bit of flex in there to then going to like it being totally stiff, it's a different feel. So it does take some getting used to. Not in a bad way, just so this is last week when I replaced a few bits on the vacuum. And I got the hose squashed. Sorry, I am getting through your questions. I go off on tangents and stuff. No worries, Jake. You're welcome. Elliot says, yeah, that's that one stands out for sure. Watching the stream on the PC that you assembled all those 5 years ago. Been following you on Instagram. Only recently found the lives though. Love them. Oh, nice. That's awesome. Yeah, I came around and I built you a computer, didn't I? That was fun. Built you a little gaming computer. Are you home now? What are you doing now, Elliot? Are you still... You went... didn't you go to the Navy? Or the RAF? It was either the Navy or the RAF, and I can't remember which one it was. How's that all gone for you? If you take someone on, you need to see them as a partner. Yeah, definitely. You would need to check the towing capacity of your van. Bear in mind you already have a decent laden weight with all your kit. You may be overweight for your van. Yeah, that's true. Is towing capacity different to like carry capacity? Because if I'd maxed out my van's carry capacity, do I still have more potential tow capacity as well? Or is that a shared thing where I can have half and half potentially in the trailer? Because I think if I was to do a trailer setup, I would do gutter stuff, vacuum poles, water fed poles, all that sort of stuff in the van, and then pressure washer and water tank in the trailer. I'd love one of those V-twin Hondas. What is the GX960? Extremely unwarranted at the moment. So I've got the GX 630, which looks like this. I think it looks a lot like the... What did you say? The 690. I think it looks a lot like it. I don't know what the difference is. I'm guessing it's just more horsepower. If you want to see my setup, so I've got the same setup that these guys have got at H2O because they were the ones that built it for me. If you're interested and you haven't already seen it, if you head over to my channel and have a look at my new pressure washer. So this video here, this is going to change my business. This is when I got the new washer built. And so you can see all the specs on it and yeah, the boost in performance and all that sort of stuff. Towing capacity is more. It's all about how much weight your brakes can handle and also the weight of the trailer versus the weight of your van. Oh, I didn't consider the weight of the trailer as well, actually. The weight of the actual trailer itself without anything in it. Yeah, that makes sense about the brakes. Because when you've got a full tank of water or when you've got extra people in the van or whatever, you can feel a massive difference in braking distance. I'm just going to play an advert, guys. Hope you don't mind. Now, these videos take a lot of time and effort to film and edit on top of trying to run a successful pressure washing business. If you find any of the information in my videos useful, then I'd like for you to consider becoming a paid member of the channel. Circle members and above will get access to my private Discord for members only, where you can pretty much get a hold of me 24 hours a day for inspiration, technical help, marketing advice, or just a general chat. I post pictures and videos that you won't see on any of my other socials. You'll be the first to hear about giveaways, special offers and announcements, and it's just generally a nice place full of like-minded people who are all heading towards similar goals. We've got various different experience levels. We've got a few professionals in the chat as well. If you want to push your business, in my opinion, this is the place to be. We also have two other membership tiers. One is just to show a bit of support for the channel, and the other one is for boosted members, which will not only give you access to the private Discord, but also loads of high quality promotional images for you to start your business. I know what it's like when you're ready to get going, but you don't have any before and after pictures to put on your leaflets. At the moment, there's about 150 images that you can use for pretty much whatever you like, and my intention is to constantly update these over the next few years with all of my before and afters that have helped promote my business. Last thing before I let you go, new videos come out every Monday night at 5:30, and then I go live at 7:30 to chat to you guys and answer as many questions as possible. We do live quotes for real customers and just generally keep up to date with everything going on in the pressure washing world. Thanks for watching, back to the video. Okay. So for those of you that aren't part of the Discord group, I don't know if I posted it anywhere else, I can't remember, but I've added about 100 images, 100 gutter cleaning images to the boosted pack for boosted members. So if you join the channel and you want to become a paid member, if you join as a boosted member, you obviously got access to all the pressure washing photos for your marketing. But I've just done another category for gutters as well. So there's about 100 images in there. It's a good time of year to start advertising for that. I think Lakeland's got some new leaflets through. That's good. That's the pressure washing top left and then gutter clearing bottom right. I like that. I might have to adopt something like that for mine. I was planning on putting a price together for this job tonight with you guys, but to be honest, I think I'm going to go and get my dinner because I haven't had dinner yet. I had a late lunch, and I think I'm just going to get, maybe not an early night, but I'm going to come off screens for a bit because my eyes are a bit tired. I've had such a bad diet this week. It's been non-stop burgers and chips, and I've been staring at my phone so much this week. I'll be quite glad of a holiday, I think. And Sophie's really looking forward to this as well, and May has been getting slowly more and more hyped up. I might nick a few gutter photos. I have some, but most of mine are from the ground. Yeah, I mean, there's 100 images in there, and I'm going to keep, for all the boosted members, I'm going to keep adding to these image packs. So at the moment there's now 250 total images. Let me just double check. So it's just a Google Drive folder, and you just request the access. I grant the access. I've actually just put some. I'm gonna be putting some method statements and risk assessments in there as well. Some sort of. I'm going to Cyprus, Steve-o. So risk assessments and method statements, some drafts that me and my brother came up with together. He helped me out a lot with these. And someone in the Discord asked me for a copy the other day. And so I thought that's something I could potentially offer. So in the gutter cleaning folder, we've got Control A. 50 images. Oh, it hasn't selected them all. That's weird. Maybe they hadn't all loaded. Oh, there we go. 100 images in that folder. It should tell me, shouldn't it? 101 images in that one, I guess. So we've got 200. And then in the other folder, we've got 100 images in there pretty much. There's 50 before and afters. Yeah. 250 images total. Residential 2-pack. So in the residential 2-pack, I did the images separately. So instead of doing 50 before and afters, I've done 100 before and then afters. Some of them are at the same property, but they're like really good, high quality, taken from exactly the same spot before and afters. And so like for example, before, after. Shame I've left the soap on that one. A little bit of hypo bubbles left over. Before, after. I do my best to take things from the same spot and same treatment for the gutters as well. I do my best. Obviously there's just some generic photos like this, but there's also before and afters. Before and then after, and then before, after. So I do my best. That's part of the boosted tier. If anyone wants to click join on the channel there, you'll get access to that. Ups and downs. Oh, it's the RAF. Been based in North Yorkshire for the last 3 years. Looking at coming back down very soon. Nice. Yorkshire's beautiful. Slow down so I can screenshot them. Yeah, like I said, I was going to do that quote on stream, but I don't think I'm going to now. No video this week. No live stream next week. Thank you guys for watching. I think I'm gonna head off. Just a short stream today. Impromptu. I really like to hear the success stories, or not even necessarily the successes, but I like the idea that this channel is, you know, potentially helping some people start their business and get inspired and stuff. And that's what I want it to like remain. I know I've been posting videos about fancy new pressure washer and new equipment and all that sort of stuff, but I do want to get back into like the tutorials. Maybe I'll do some chemical stuff soon. Maybe I'll do some videos. I'd like to do a video about actually washing gutters, fascias and soffits. I think that's potentially quite a good one for this time of year that people will be quite interested in. You know, how long it takes, exact method that I use. I think it's quite easy to fall into the trap with YouTube of just filming the jobs and showing you guys the jobs. But I think what people found value in the early days of the channel was the advice. And so I'm quite conscious that I want to keep putting that sort of content out there for people. Just helping get started. And I should have plenty of time over the winter because I think it's going to go a bit quieter. And so I'm looking forward to putting some more effort into YouTube videos. Just, I think, be patient over the next couple of weeks because I'm going to be away and stuff and I've not done any filming. So maybe 3 weeks from now, I'll probably be back into the swing of things, and you can expect another video. I'm due to go and see Ben from Rutland Pumps. He's invited me to come over to the workshop. He's got a little surprise for me, so that's cool. And I've potentially got a few videos to film for pressure washer sales and service over in Evesham as well. So a few things lined up. I started after watching a few videos from you, Craig. That's awesome. That is very nice to hear. Well deserved holiday. Thank you. It seems weird, like having a holiday after I've just had such a quiet period. It feels quite counterintuitive that I'm choosing this time to have a break, but like this holiday has been booked for over a year, or for almost a year. Oh, by the way, there's nothing better. I just want to quickly talk about this because the feeling I had last week after going from having no work booked in the calendar to having 7 jobs booked in, and then when I got out there and I was doing the work and I was interacting with the customers and I was getting paid, there's nothing better. There is no better feeling that I've had than getting back into it after a quiet spell, after panicking and being a bit like worried that I'm not going to get the work coming in, to then go out and have like a decent chunk of work booked in and happy customers and nice reviews and equipment working well. I rang Soph the other day and said, like, I'm back. I feel so good working. I've never said that. I've never said like work feels great. But being sat at home in front of the laptop, waiting for stuff to come in, waiting for work, advertising, trying my best to like get the ball rolling with stuff, to see it pay off at the end of the week, to have inquiries and quotes coming in, and then working for yourself and getting out there and just like, it's such a good feeling. Like, I don't want to downplay the not the panic, but the worry. I had a little bit of worry that it went particularly quiet. I thought, I haven't felt this year where it's gone this quiet. But just knowing that doing the right things, like putting effort into advertising, doing something every day, and actually trying to work hard, even if you're not directly working on the business, in terms of you're not out there on the tools, the stuff you can be doing behind the scenes to make things happen, and it pays off. It really does work. Thank you, Elliot. Thanks for tuning in and saying hi. Enjoy your holiday, mate. Well deserved. I look forward to hearing your plans for Christmas lights when you get back. I've done some Christmas lights. I haven't spoken about the Christmas lights, but I have done them. I have done one set. I'll let you know how it went in a couple of weeks. You bought a van from my area. You did. I remember I set you up with that. Best take holiday during the slow time, then missing the 4 weeks. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah. Right, guys, thank you so much for watching. This was a bit of a impromptu one on a night that I don't normally stream on, but I really appreciate you all being here and asking questions, contributing, chatting. Like the stream if you haven't already. Watch my videos. Thanks for watching. See you in a bit.
The game might be dirty, but it's okay. You can't